When Congress needs expertise on the impacts of severe weather, they call on Chief Meteorologist Jeff Barradelli. And when you watch News Channel 8, you'll know why. For an accurate forecast that'll keep you safe, trust Jeff Barradelli and the Max Defender 8 team.
Hard Rock Bet, Florida's sportsbook.
Live, this is News Channel 8 at 7 on your side.
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Lee. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hurricane Helene's devastation is leaving a massive mark across the southeastern United States. So far, more than 120 people have died in the aftermath, including 9 in Pinellas County. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson has more on some of those lives lost in the storm. Classroom today for the first time since Hurricane Helene hit. Many families are still recovering and some still don't have electricity. News Channel 8's Lenny Supal is in Crystal River with the latest. Let's get a check on your Max Defender 8 forecast right now with meteorologist Rebecca Berry. The tropics are so busy right now. And even if you have some words of encouragement, it's still like a gut punch right now for so many people who are saying just enough.
Exactly, and you're probably seeing a lot of wild posts on social media about a second storm doing the exact same thing. Let me just walk you through everything that's going on. I think it's going to make you feel a little bit better. We have 4 out of the 5 are fish storms. It starts with post-tropical storm Isaac, tropical depression Joyce, tropical storm Kirk, and then this other system with a 90% chance to develop. And so of these, Kirk is going to become a hurricane, but curving northward just like a fish storm. And that's most likely what this system will do once it forms as well. So the only one that we're even keeping an eye on is this area. Now, I know it looks exactly like the same area that Helene developed in, but there's 2 factors working against it becoming a strong system. One, now the Gulf, especially the northern Gulf, has a ton of shear that keeps storms weak, keeps them from forming, would tear a system apart, and also the waters are a little cooler thanks to Helene traveling over them. So no forecast models at this point make this a strong system. We've got the Euro and the GFS playing out for you here. Both of them kind of agree on an area of development, but then they diverge. The GFS pushes it into all of that shear and basically tears it apart into just a weak rainmaker crossing the Panhandle and into the Atlantic. The Euro resists that shear and stays a little further south and slides into South Florida as a potentially, like the highest it could be is a Category 1 hurricane. And so we're looking at 2 different scenarios here. It's probably going to end up being somewhere in the middle, and we'll probably have a better idea of that by the middle to end of next week. Timing-wise, we're talking about it being in the Gulf on Monday of next week, so a week out. We'll take a look at your local forecast coming up next.
Thank you, Rebecca. Residents along West Shore Boulevard and surrounding neighborhoods in Tampa are cleaning out and in some cases gutting their homes. As News Channel 8's Brittany Muller shows us, many of those residents are worried now about mold. One of the hardest hit areas of Hillsborough County is Town and Country. It's a community that has canals surrounding low-lying homes. News Channel 8's Stacy DeSilva shows us how people are coping there. Businesses in the coastal communities hard hit by Hurricane Helene are busy cleaning up the damage. On St. Armand's Circle in Sarasota, every first-floor business was impacted by the record-breaking storm surge. News Channel 8's Allison Henning has a closer look. There are plenty of people who didn't suffer any impacts from Helene, and many of them are working together to help those most affected by the storm. That's the case for one neighborhood in Pinellas County. News Channel 8's Brianda Villegas shows us.
I'm at your side consumer investigator Shannon Bankin. As recovery efforts are underway, there are a lot of questions about insurance claims and how to choose a contractor you can trust. Coming up, I'm on your side with what you need to know.
When Hurricane Helene threatened Tampa Bay, News Channel 8 was on your side.
Storm surge warnings have already been issued.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Barradelli and the Max Defender 8 weather team kept you safe and prepared.
Now the storm surge is coming.
Winds are really starting to pick
With live reports from the hardest hit communities across the Bay Area.
Key will have quite a bit of cleanup to do.
I can verify this is a record.
Nobody covers severe weather better than News Channel 8. Always on your side. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, report it by sending in your photos and videos. Scan the QR code or visit WFLA.com/report it.
If you suffered flooding from Hurricane Helene, you probably have a lot of questions about how to hire the right contractor. What do you do if they ask for money up front? Well, 8 on Your Side consumer investigator Shannon Bankin has some critical information for you tonight. Next at 7, it's the merger that's been years in the making. To settle merger will impact customers. Plus, there is a new deadline for those who need more time to start repaying their student loan debt. We have the details coming up.
Max Defender 8 weather is sponsored by the personal injury law firm of Culpeper Kurland.
Markets ended slightly higher, capping gains for the month of September. In fact, the Dow was up 17 points, the S&P was up 24, and the NASDAQ finished 69 points higher today. The Department of Education is extending a key deadline for a program to help borrowers with student loans. The Fresh Start program lets borrowers get back in good standing if they've fallen behind on payments. The original deadline was today, but now it's 3 a.m. Wednesday. Google says it will spend $1 billion to build a new data center in Thailand. The move marks a major ramp up of Google's expansion in Asia and will focus on developing and supporting artificial intelligence. DirecTV has agreed to buy EchoStar's satellite TV business, which includes Dish TV. DirecTV's CEO says the deal will give the company the leverage needed to negotiate better programming packages.
Max Defender 8, the most accurate weather radar in Florida.
You and I didn't have any damage at our homes, which we are very grateful for. But I got to tell you, just watching the tropics, I feel anxiety. In some cases, literally in debris and disaster at their homes.
My only hope is they're not seeing all these wild social media posts flying around about round 2.
I know.
Because this system is, even if it develops, at most is going to be a Category 1 hurricane. If it does develop into a Category 1 hurricane, it's going to move way further south because there's too much shear across the northern Gulf right now for any sort of strong system to survive. If it does move northward, it'll just end up being a big rainmaker. So it's not the best news, but we're watching this area of potential development. 40% chance to develop. They did just downgrade it from 50% today down to 40%. So it's the one to watch. The timing looks like early next week. And so we'll be keeping you updated. I think we'll have a better idea by the middle of this week as to what we can expect and what we have to prepare for. But honestly, I think this one is just a rainmaker for the most part. Because this is what people are dealing with. They're trying to clean up all these floodwaters. It looks awful. Cheryl sent this in from Treasure Island, Florida, one of the hard-hit areas. And thank you so much for sharing your photos with us. If you'd like to share some images from the storm with us, or when we get around to better weather, we like sunset pictures as well. You can do that by scanning the QR code right here, or you can go to WFLA.com/report it. That allows us to pull those videos and pull those pictures straight into our weather graphics system and put them on air to show you guys. This is the Marina Point camera watching sunset. It was at 7:17. You can see it looks beautiful and serene out there. What a difference a couple of days make. We're having like the little shower just to the south of 4 here. Moving into Polk County, it's going to start to fade pretty quickly as our temperatures start to cool down. Looking ahead, the rain tapers off and we're staying warm, but not hot overnight. And so we're waking up in the upper 70s. Sunrise is at 7:23, and then the warm up is on. So for those still without power, it's a very muggy night, but we do get a little bit more comfortable after sunset temperature wise. We're mainly dry tomorrow through the lunch hour, but after that, all bets are off because we're waking up to a small chance for a stray shower along the coastline, but the main chances for rain tomorrow are not in the mid-morning hours. It kicks off at 2 o'clock. See these showers firing up along the west coast sea breeze here? We've also got showers firing up over along the east coast sea breeze, and those two are going to march towards each other and collide over the center of the state. And then we'll have some really robust downpours tomorrow during the late afternoon and early evening hours. We do dry out overnight, and Wednesday starts a little quieter. But Wednesday we see fewer of those showers, but the similar timing, a 2 o'clock shower here and there, colliding over the center of the state, but not as many, not as robust, and then fading during the evening hours. So it's a later chance for rain. A little heavier chances for rain tomorrow. You can see those downpours. Fewer showers on Wednesday, one of the drier days this week. And then chances for rain ramping up as we head into the weekend. Here's how it looks on your 8-day forecast with 50% chances for rain tomorrow, 40% on Wednesday and Thursday, and then building up to the potential for some tropical moisture. We may see this forecast changing quite a bit as the tropics develop or don't develop. That's a look at weather. We'll be right back.
Next ET. Ooh, what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Ooh, my name is Michael Bublé, and this is my ET Retrospective. Next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on News Channel 8. News Channel 8 at 7 is sponsored by ArmorView Window and Door. Trust the experts at ArmorView, the clearly stronger choice for you.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you back here tonight at 11. Have a great night.